and roll, and several other wrestlers enter the ring, Bob, and boy, what a melee.
I just got chill bumps watching that back, dude. Just the crowd reaction. They were so into it.
Hell of an angle. I'll tell you something about Johnny Weaver. He was married to a wrestler. Her name was Penny Banner.
Oh, wow. That's a name from the past.
Yeah. And Johnny went on to become and I do believe I'm right. I'm doing this by memory, but he became a deputy sheriff in Mecklenburg County after his wrestling days. He has since passed, but Johnny had some skeletons in his past that Penny apparently talked about years later. So what they were, I'm not so sure, but
they had a daughter together named Wendy. And in her biography, Banner Days, she talked about decades of physical abuse at the hands of her controlling, womanizing husband, who she referred to as Johnny Ace instead of naming him. She finally divorced him after what she described as a drunken murder attempt when he nearly killed her using his wrestling finisher, the sleeper hold.
Yikes.
Yeah, he died in 2008 at the age of 72, and you're exactly right. He was a deputy sheriff in Mecklenburg County, which by the way is where Charlotte is, for people who don't know that.
Right. It's the
I wonder how many warrants he had for the boys back in the day. I can think of one. Oh man, it's already over. Old Black Bart, Bob Caudle's back. Let's track it.
And for Ron Rossi, just a tremendously quick and good win for the big Texan from the Texas Badlands, Big Black Bart. Well, we talked about the World Tag Team Champions. Let's go to the ring, and here is Jim Cornette.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Tag Team Champions of the world, Loverboy Dennis and beautiful Bobby the Midnight Express.
So as a reminder, they won these tag titles in the first ever, I guess it was like a precursor for Clash of the Champions in hindsight, wasn't it? Superstars on the Superstation.
Oh, absolutely. It was the big one. Yeah, absolutely. Prime time, right?
And we just watched it. If you've already missed it, it's in the archives now. But yeah, man, so far, let's run through what we've seen so far. Manny Fernandez gets a win in 58 seconds. The Rock and Roll Express get a win in 36 seconds. Black Bart gets a win in 36 seconds. And this one we're watching right now is going to go 1:09. So don't blink. But you talked about, this is sort of the NWA's answer to Superstars or Wrestling Challenge. Well, that's exactly what those shows were. Just one squash after another.
Yeah.
And that's what we're seeing here.
That's all the wrestling business was. This, again, we've talked about this. This was an infomercial to get you to come to the arena. It's a big commercial. There's Rocky King, by the way, a younger Rocky King. I go back to the beginning of this, Jim Cornette taking that.
Look at everybody looking at the entrance. Let's track it.
They are casing up the Midnight Express. Well, you talk about distractions. That's got to be a major one. There they are. Rocky.
Dude, what a time.
Yeah. I don't know if you noticed, but Sam Houston
walking behind him. Yeah.
Sam Houston and also Gene Anderson walked behind him. Now, back in those days, the referees did not have an IFB in like they do today.
Right.
Gene Anderson was the guy that timed the show. In other words, when you saw Gene Anderson come out, the referee saw Gene Anderson come out, it was time to go home.
Right.
So Tommy would look, he would see Gene standing there, and it was time to go home. As a matter of fact, look at that. Bam.
They're home.
He made everything look good. As a matter of fact, if you didn't go home, you kept wrestling, Gene had been known to walk right to the ringside, right up to the apron of the ring. And you knew the shit was on by that time.
Bruce Pritchard used to say back in the day for WWF TV, they would have a guy sitting ringside who would put a pencil in his mouth.
Yeah. Pencil in the mouth. Absolutely.
And who was it that used to wave their tie? There was
someone used to grab their knot of their tie and wave it. Was that Mid-South?
I don't remember where, but I've heard Cornette tell that story before. You know what? That may have been TBS. Somebody would adjust their tie.
Yeah. You ready for this one? This is a filler.
Is this what I think it is?
Yeah, boy. You can, but you saw Gene Anderson taking them to the set here.
Not once, not twice, but 3 times we have to sit through this. Here we go. We can do it together.
Team champions, individual champions. We got a couple right here that are just making some big waves as a tag team. Of course, Nelson Royal, Sam Houston. Sam also our Mid-Atlantic champion, Sam.
Yes, sir. Well, there's something I want to say real quick. Two of the greatest things that have ever happened to me before in my life. The first greatest thing that ever happened to me was winning the Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Championship. I went out there on my own and defeated Crusher Khrushchev for my title right here. And I'm going to wear this belt as proud as I can and defend it for everybody out there as well as myself for as long as I can. And another great thing that's happened with me, not with me, but around me, is that a lot of people have taken the time to come out and show me the ropes and teach me and learn and really get behind me and tell, go kid, go. That's where it gets you. Men like Dusty Rhodes, Magnum TA, this man right here, Nelson Royal. The list, everybody has really tried to teach me and prepare me for what's down the road. And I'm glad that I've got men like Nelson Royal in my corner and Dusty Rhodes and Magnum TA behind me, pushing me on and on. And we're going to keep going, and we'll show you some things in the ring that there's not a lot of people can show you, because we're bulldog and experts, let me tell you. This man right here has showed me a new bulldog, and we've been using it. It's been very successful for us. Now, I think Nelson's got a couple of things he'd like
Nelson, when you got the talent like this man, though, the teaching's pretty easy, isn't it?
Man, that's what we were looking at when we decided that that's what we want to do. It's the long-term thing, because we got something that's great. He turned out he came in with this, and he got ahead of us, and he's won himself a title. So that put everything farther advanced than what we really thought. So that proved one thing. He's capable of learning, and he can absorb what we're teaching him. And like he says, he's proud that people are that way. But that's what happens in young people in this world. You help, you get help. And he tries, and we want everyone out there to know, mister, we're after him, and this young man is going to make it all the way.
Oh, here we
just
go.
about every time adversity follows Dusty Rhodes around everywhere, somebody's trying to take something from America, the American dream, America's team, whatever. Let me tell you something, Russian. This big old neck from Texas right here is standing just a little bit tall. It's been about 45 minutes since I felt the pain of the Russian sickle. Let me tell you what it's all about from here on, baby. You might have been off more than you can chew this time. You've been doing what you want to be doing, but you're trying to Dusty Rhodes get back and drink. And Magnum TA, Magnum's team, and try to put me out and try and even suggest that you're going to take baby doll's head off. That ain't right, baby. And now that you're going to find out what this neck's all about and what this team is all about, because Magnum feels the same way I do about it. The war that you started with the Warriors is only going to keep going, because now America's team going to take care of your business.
Hope you're listening somewhere this real closely. I've dealt with pain in the past, and I gotta admit I'm feeling a lot of it right now. Well, I can deal with that pain. But you think about dealing with this. You set me up. You set me up real good. But the fact of the matter is, you didn't get the job done, because I'm still sitting right here now. Now you think about this fact. Now I'm coming after you. I'm not sitting around waiting for something to happen. Now America's team is focused in on the Russians. I will offend the United States anyway, turn against you, Nikita, and any time. That isn't even the issue here now. It's you and me. It's two personalities, and the wrestling world isn't big enough for the East and the West. I'm going to take you out no matter where I have to go to find you.